Welcome to the podcast for New Heights Discipleship Ministries. Our ministry verse is Isaiah 2 and verse 3. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. God's plan for us is threefold: up, in, and out. We go up to God, he works in us, and then we live it out in our daily lives. I invite you to join us as we learn his ways, as we walk in his paths, and as we rise to new heights in Jesus Christ. Core principle number 10 states, surrender produces eternal impact. 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 18, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Surrender is not loss. It is investment into eternity. I have met many who struggle at the transition from focusing on the earthly to focusing on the eternal, the heavenly. I dare say it's a struggle that we have all faced. We start out from the womb of our mother, focusing on us, focusing on what we want, focusing on not only what we want, but when we want it. We have no thoughts of eternity. But upon conversion, we begin to realize that there is more to this life than just what we can see. Colossians 3 and verse 2, we read, set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. So we begin to realize that there's also more to people than just viewing them as people who will give us what we want. We all have a tendency within us to use people. We all have a tendency within us to view people as simply a means to our end, instead of viewing people as souls that Jesus died for. Philippians 2 and verse 4, look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. So when we surrender our lives to the Lord, we begin with the Lord and his word, and then the Lord performs the work of transformation in us. Romans 12 and verse 2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. So this transformation is not only for us, but it is for the glory of God, but also for the benefit of others, so they can watch our transformation. Matthew 5 and verse 16, let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. When people observe light in you, they know that is not of you. When people observe your good works, they know that those good works are not of you. It will bring glory to your Father which is in heaven. Every one of us has people who are following us that may not be following someone else, and they need to see your transformation. Many of us may need to say, God, I love you enough to surrender my will to be transformed by you into your image. Many of us need to say, God, I love my friends, I love my neighbors, I love my family enough to be transformed into your image. And folks, I implore you to allow God to transform you so you can be used of God to bring about transformation in others. I implore you to surrender your all to Jesus Christ. Galatians 2 and verse 20, I am crucified with Christ, nevertheless I live. Yet not I, but Christ liveth in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by the faith of the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. So what you give up for Christ in this life is never wasted. Mark 8 and verse 35, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it. So what you hold on to for yourself is what ultimately will enslave you. God uses surrendered lives to produce eternal fruit. This Christian life, it is not about comfort. It is about eternal impact. And your greatest impact on eternity will come on the backside of the most uncomfortable process in your whole life as a believer. And that is your transformation. So what is the application? Shift your focus from what is temporary to what is eternal. Also, endure trials with purpose. This is knowing that the trials that you go through have divine purpose. James 1, verses 2 through 3, my brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into divers temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. So I invite you today, trust that God is producing something greater through you. 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 17, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Core principle number 10, surrender produces eternal impact. Thank you for listening today to the podcast of the New Heights Discipleship Ministry. It is truly our heart that we all keep rising towards God, that we all keep learning His ways, and that we all keep walking in the paths of righteousness. I invite you to stay encouraged, stay rooted in the Word, and then we'll meet you again at a higher place